Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes because it's the same day.
He's got it all figured out, it's what they all say, yeah. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm different. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm living, but I don't really care what they all say.
My name is Erin and I'm an international student from Mozambique, so I'm here to give you those tips, man, those gunshot tips. I know that it may seem like it was easy to get that score and that these people are geniuses and there is no way that I'll get into that school because I don't have the score. First off, it's not really that important, but I'll teach you my tips and tricks that I acquired through studying so damn much for this test and how you can improve your score too. It's possible, guys. I went from this to this. There's even a reaction video if you want to see it. I don't know where it will be, but check it out. It was funny, man. It was funny, at least for me. My first tip is really obvious and you'll be like, I know that, Erin. My first tip is to read a lot of books and passages. This must seem like really damn obvious, but people don't do it. One of the main struggles that I saw with people around me was they weren't used to the types of passages that the SAT has, because they really force you for 65 minutes to just sit down, read, analyze deeply, and then answer questions about what you have just read. Some of the passages are really boring. Some of the passages have really technical language. Other passages are fun. But you need to fool your brain into thinking that all of those passages are really interesting, even though they aren't. So how will you fool your brain into thinking that? You need to be used to reading a lot of things, like articles on the internet. I know that people these days don't do that, but you need to do it. You are the boss that will do it and will get and will ace that test. It will improve the way you contextualize information and how you approach passages. It will also get you to know what's right and what's wrong. So the writing section will be a breeze. Second tip, and the thing that I really struggle with and that I think that most people struggle with, that's like the hardest thing to do, because if you had all the time in the world, you would ace the SAT. But the problem is you don't. You have like 65 minutes and then you have 44. I don't even remember how much minutes, 35, 25. But for the other sections, I only remember the reading section because that was the that of me. So in order to ace the reading passage, the reading section, and to improve my timing, what I did was have this mentality. Okay, I have 65 minutes for this whole section, so I only have 13 minutes for each passage or set of passages. So what will I do with my time? I know that, okay, I take 2 minutes reading, so I would really focus on time. If the time passes is 2 minutes have passed and I'm still reading, I'm dropping it. If 30 minutes have passed and I'm still answering for the first passage, I'm dropping it. So what I did to improve my time was have this mentality and use the HATE method. The HATE method basically means hint, annotate, target, and eliminate. Hints. Basically, before reading the passage, I would skim through the questions and look for a certain type of questions. The ones that want the general idea of the whole passage, or like the shift in settings or the shift in ideas of the main character. So I would have that in mind. Okay, so this is what they want of the overall passage, and I would write it on top of the passage. Then I would look for questions that want, for example, the main purpose of a set group of lines, and I will go back to the text and I'll put a line next to that set group of line or that paragraph, and then I'll put a P, meaning that they want the purpose of this. And then I will look for the type of questions that want the words in context. They always have those. So for example, they want hate in the context. So I'll go back to the text and I will circle all the words. By the way, all of this needs to be done in 30 seconds to 1 minute. You need to be quick. You cannot waste time, because all of this is before you even read the passage, right? So you do all of this quickly and then you read through the passage. What I did previously, what did it help me doing? When I was actually reading the passage, I was subconsciously concentrating on those aspects. So and my mind was subconsciously answering those questions. Okay, they want the main purpose of this while I'm reading this. They want, what does this word mean while I was reading it? That would reduce the time that I will be solving the questions, because when I finished reading the passage and got to the questions, I already knew the answers. Then it is target. Target is basically you read the whole question clearly. After I've read the passage, I read the whole question clearly, don't miss a word. And then I answer the question before seeing the answers. The thing about going to the answers right next to it is that it will fool you, because the SAT is all about fooling you. So you need to have the answer before you look to the answers, or else you will be sort of tricked. So target, for example, what is the color of the whale in the text? So I would already know pink. And then when I saw the answers, I would automatically put pink before they fool me with some light red or something like that. Then it's eliminate. Eliminate the clearly wrong answers, the ones that are over exaggerations, under approximations, everything that is just plain blank wrong. And they try to trick you with one word that really changes everything. For example, if I went to the beach and it was a calm morning, they might say that, okay, that girl went to the beach and it was a really bad morning. So that's wrong. Cut it off. My third tip is to make a schedule and stick to it. It's really hard to stay consistent. In the whole time that I studied, like for half of the year, I wasn't consistent. I'll just do it and then stop for a bunch of weeks and then do it again. There wasn't really the stress too, but I wasn't really consistent. In grade 12 is when I concentrated, okay, this year I need to ace this test. So I made a schedule. I'll put, for example, on my calendar, okay, I need to do practice test 1 on this Saturday, practice test 2 on this day, and everything. So make a schedule and stick to it. My fourth tip is to, after you finish a set of exercises, so using Khan Academy, for example, they give 9 exercises or 11. After you finish it, there will be obviously wrong answers. So you need to write them down, annotate the question, what you got wrong and why you got it wrong, and how you do it right. This helps because you're not just saying, okay, I got 5 questions wrong. You're actually seeing that, okay, I really got this wrong because of this, this. So you won't repeat the same mistake. We are all about improving. Get the crown. My fifth tip is to study the game in order to beat that game. The game in this case is the SAT. So by practicing and practicing and practicing, you will know how the SAT and the people that make the SAT minds work. By knowing that, you start analyzing okay, this is how they usually trick me, and this is what they really want me to do. This is really helpful, especially for the math section, because after you see how they think, like the math section becomes a breeze, because you already know that, okay, I got this wrong because I didn't convert this, but I really know how to do it. My sixth tip is to practice, practice, and practice. That's tiresome, I know, but that's the best way to go about that task, because the more you practice, the more you know about it and how to drive through the test. Because the SAT is not really about what you know, it's about how you know how to solve it. So the more you practice, the more you ace it, man. You can do this. I will have linked down below my Google Drive, which has a bunch of past tests, and I'll link down below Khan Academy, which was the main resource that I used. They have everything that you need in order to improve. It's getting dark. I hope that this video was helpful. Keep on stunting, people. You can do this, and I completely trust you. You can do this. Go and beat the SAT.